What's up, you guys? It's Max, and today we are going to be doing some of my personal favorite self-improvement journaling. Easy peasy style. So my subscribers would know that at the start of the year, I actually directed my channel to focus more on mental health and self-improvement. And we tackle a lot of these themes in my Fun Employed series, as well as some of my main videos at the start of the year. If I have any viewers right now who haven't watched the Fun Employed series yet, if self-improvement is a journey that you're currently on, that vlog series will take you through the highs and lows of my personal self-improvement journey. One of the biggest things that spearheads you into bettering yourself is doing a lot of self-reflection. And there are two ways you can self-reflect. You can either talk to yourself in your head or out loud, or do what I do and write it down on a journal. Now, I am going to show you guys a very easy template / format for you guys to start your own self-improvement journaling that doesn't need to look aesthetic, doesn't need a lot of frills. How we're going to do this is we are going to categorize what your goal for self-improvement is per week, and then as that week goes by, you're going to be updating that with your insights and your feelings and whatnot. Before anything else, I hope you guys could subscribe to my channel if you haven't already, and other than that, let's get started. So all you're going to need is, of course, your journal or a notebook. You can even just use like a blank sheet of paper if you'd like, a ruler, a highlighter, and a pen. What we're going to do is we're going to divide the days of the week per page. So you'll be using a total of 8 pages of your journal. Think of it as like a daily planner of sorts. So on the first page, you're going to write one goal for the week. Only that, just one. If you want to do 2 or 3, go ahead. But if you're only starting your self-improvement journey, or if you like me and you have a hard time achieving 2 or more goals in a week because it starts to get overwhelming, I highly suggest you stick to one goal only, and then as the weeks go by, you can add to an amount that you are comfortable with. So you can get as fancy with this as you want, or not fancy at all. I'm gonna try and make this as nice as I can make it with my highlighter. Then I'm going to grab my ruler and draw a box right under it just because I want to. Again, no pressure in trying to make it look nice. The entire point of this is for it to help you in bettering yourself in however way you want to better yourself. So if it doesn't look aesthetically pleasing, like this isn't looking so nice right now, it's fine. It doesn't really matter. So my goal for this entire week is to wake up at 6 a.m. I'm doing the whole that girl thing because it's such a healthy lifestyle that I want to get into. So that is my one goal for the week, and that is your entire first page. So the next following pages are where it gets more specific. So the first thing that I think you need to do is to write down the date of each day of this week. So we're going to be working in 2 categories per day. The first category is your gratitude. So if you're wondering what gratitudes are exactly what it's called. It's everything that you are grateful for. So once you start documenting your self-improvement journey on your journal with this particular template, the very first thing that I believe you should do is write down everything that you are grateful for. Because yes, we're working on parts of ourselves that we might not be very fond of, but having the gratitudes on paper where you can see it next to the thing that you are improving is a good reminder that there are things about your life, about yourself even, or about your day that make you love who you are and where you are and make you a wonderful person. I just feel like it's a good thing to have on the page, you know, it's a good reminder to have in contrast to the other box on that page where you could be creatively critiquing yourself, okay? Keep that in mind. Creatively critique. It's creative criticism on yourself. It's not butchering yourself. It's not bringing yourself down. It is giving yourself creative criticism so you can take that and use it to make yourself better. The next category is an update on your goal. So I'm gonna write here, goal update. Let me give you an example of this because I don't want anything to be misunderstood, okay? You might have a day where you don't accomplish your goal at all. So a way to healthily critique yourself in the goal update box is to, number one, determine why you didn't finish that goal. Did you sleep so late that you couldn't wake up early? Were you actually sick and decided you needed more time to rest? You know, what was it that hindered you? If it was a negative thing that shouldn't have happened, like, oh, I was too lazy and I didn't discipline myself enough to push through with the goal anyway, what are your next steps? My next step would probably be to download an app alarm clock that would make me like solve some kind of math puzzle so that I for sure end up having to wake up, you know? It's basically like taking note of things that went wrong. And because you're taking note of it, it's kind of sticking in your mind that, okay, this happened. I know it shouldn't have happened. This is what I need to do next to make sure I stop that from happening again. So you're going to write that on each of the pages. So now that you're done creating your gratitudes boxes and your goal updates boxes, here's just a quick recap, just so that we're not lost here. Gratitudes are where you list down all the things you're grateful for in the day. I encourage you to truly try and find at least one thing that you are grateful for, especially if you're having a tough day where you feel like you're not grateful for anything and there's nothing good in your life. Find one thing. Then you have the goal update box. This is where you literally update about your goals after the day has passed. Did you finish your goal? Were you able to accomplish it for the day? If you didn't accomplish it for the day, number one, what hindered you from accomplishing your goal? Second thing to list down, are there any insights, learnings on what I could do to avoid that? And then third, write a concrete next step on how you can actually avoid missing that goal for any days to come. We're on to the last page now, and this page is truly where the self-improvement portion of this journaling starts to kick in. The first box is going to have the prompt, how do I feel about this week? Do you feel like you had a strong first week of self-improvement? Were you able to hit your goal every single day? Did you miss your goals on some days, or did you miss your goals entirely? And again, it's all about self-reflection and figuring out why. The second box is going to have the prompt, what do I want to improve? This particular box is where you can write in detail what next steps you're going to take to further your self-improvement. What I would probably write in this section for my own self-improvement journal is that I want to be better in sleeping earlier, and number two, definitely better in self-control when it comes to hitting the snooze button on my alarm clock. I'm so guilty of it every single time. List down concrete next steps. What do I want to improve on? What aspects of your week in achieving your goal or not achieving your goal do you want to get better at? And what do you think you can do to actually get better at it? So it's literally just all about answering these two questions. And you need to be honest in this part, okay? You can't lie. If you didn't do well for the week, don't pretend as if, you know, you did okay. You have to be very, very honest with yourself in this very last page. You can't improve yourself. You can't change for the better if you don't hold yourself accountable or acknowledge what you've done in the past. That would be how you hold yourself accountable for the lack of discipline that you might have in trying to better yourself. So you have to be really honest, because if you're not, then what's the point? You're just glazing over everything and you're not getting better. You're not making progress if you don't even acknowledge where you could have gone wrong in the first place. The goal of this whole self-improvement journaling plan is for you to update it every day so that you can stay on top of yourself, and at the end of the entire week, have a little self-reflection moment so that you can really like look at yourself and what you've done for the week and acknowledge and figure out what areas you need to improve on and what areas you should congratulate yourself for doing really well. After you finished the entire week and all of the updates, all the gratitudes, all the prompts, start again for a new week. Create a whole new set of boxes, a whole new goal for the week. You can do one to follow up your goal for last week, or you can try and create a separate new goal and try and achieve that for the next week instead. That is my easy template for self-improvement journaling. This has helped me out a lot, even as someone who isn't what I consider a beginner self-improvement person anymore. I've been doing this the entire year, and even now that I'm still like super deep within self-improvement and I'm experienced in holding myself accountable somewhat, you know, and like confronting myself for the things that I don't like about myself, this particular template still helps me out a lot because it really simplifies everything for me, you know. It definitely helps organize my thoughts from the good things I like about myself that I want to acknowledge and congratulate myself on, and the bad things I don't like about myself that I want to improve and make better or do away with completely. I just think it's a great way to try and start if you're someone who wants to be on that self-improvement journey and wants to be their best selves. I think this template might be able to help you guys a lot with that. I love you guys. Thanks for watching, and I hope you enjoyed it. I'll see you in the next one. I love you guys. Bye!